Hello, this is John D. Callahan, and these are some tips on how not to get hustled and lose your money by getting hustled. Now, it's somewhat inevitable, and I like to think that all the world's a hustle, but it's really not that bad. But nevertheless, you need to be careful, but you need not to worry about it. It's somewhat inevitable. Now, first thing, if someone cold calls you and tries to sell you something you're not aware of or familiar with, it's probably a hustle and you could lose a lot of money. I once got a call to invest in some kind of wireless technology, and I actually sent them a check for $10,000. The company got raided. One of the things they raided and confiscated was my check. So I got very lucky on that one. I didn't lose my $10,000. Anyway, that's the short version of the story. So be very cautious about people that call you on the phone, cold call you. And make sure you invest your money with a big reputable company like E-Trade, for example. Don't invest with a friend someone who thinks you're a friend, that you think is a friend who has some special project. So that's one way. Don't get hustled. They might even be very sincere. You need to be very careful about such things. There's an old saying that a fool and his money are soon parted. Next thing, little more benign, but car insurance. Car insurance is just a game. You get in with it, one company, and they're going to jack the price up as much as they can over the years. And if you let it go, it's going to be very, very high. You always need to be aware. You always need to be monitoring, and you always need to switch your car insurance every few years or whatever it takes. It's just a game. You go get in one company, they'll get you the low price, and it'll go up, 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 and then you need to switch to another one, and they'll give you a low rate, and then go up, 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 and you need to switch, and you need to be aware of that and trade things off. On the positive, when you do switch, they'll often have programs and discounts, and you can often get a very good rate. For example, I just switched to Safeco, and they had a number of discounts and options. They even had an app you could run on your phone that would monitor your driving. And I went from paying $2,000, and it wasn't that company that long either, just a few years, or maybe was it several? I don't know, but it was a few to several years. It wasn't 10 or anything like that. But I was with one company, and up, 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 up. I switched to Safeco, $1,000. I went from $2,000 to $1,000 for 3 cars. So that's car insurance. Next thing, your home. If you own a home, you're going to get tons of things in the mail. Do you want to sell your home? People cold calling you, sell your home, cash offer, closing costs paid. Those people are just trying to hustle you out of your home. Don't do it. The minimum, you can lose hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that. And they'll talk you into it. That's what they do. They hustle you out of your home. And there's lots and lots of people. It's a huge business. It's completely legal. Well, it's legal for the most part, if they do it right. And they have every right to call you and try to talk you out of your house. So don't do it. You can lose lots and lots of money if you own a home, you're thinking about selling it, or someone just talks you out into selling. If you're going to sell your home, at the minimum, call a realtor. They'll do most of the work. 95% of the work is putting it in the MLS. They'll put it in the MLS. They'll tell you they're doing a lot more, but again, 95% of the work is putting in the MLS, and that's fairly simple. And then they'll do the paperwork, and it's very easy. You'll get market value. If you want to sell it fast, just tell the realtor to put it a little below market. You'll get multiple offers, and you'll get a good price for your home. Since selling is 95% just putting it in the MLS, you can do that yourself. You can go online. It costs you $100, but it is fair amount of work compared to just calling a realtor. So again, don't get hustled by selling your house below market to somebody that talks you out of it. So that's another way not to get. So we've got, in general, don't allow yourself to be hustled by cold calls and other solicitations. Car insurance and your home. Switch your car insurance. Be careful not to sell your home to a quote unquote investor for way below market value. The very least, once again, just contact a realtor, put it in the MLS. If you need to get rid of it quick, just sell it a little below market. You'll still get way more than selling to somebody that's trying to hustle you out of your house. Next thing, I hate to say it, but doctors. There are lots of fabulous doctors. I'm a big fan of the medical community. I'm health conscious. I have gone to many fabulous doctors, but there are lots of bad ones too. There are lots of doctors that, for lack of a better word, are crooks and incompetent. And you always have to keep that in your mind. Don't ever trust your money and just one doctor. Even if you found a good doctor, go to another doctor every few years. Get multiple opinions. And particularly if you have a serious issue, get multiple opinions. Study it on the internet. There's a fabulous amount of information on the internet. And make your own decisions. Ultimately, study it yourself. A lot of medicine is just common sense. Now, again, I'm very high in the medical profession, and doctors are fabulous, and I've had many fabulous doctors, but there's lots of incompetent crooks too, but I hate to say it. So make sure, and of course it can lead to a lot of suffering in addition to loss of money. You can have surgeries you don't need, particularly on your spine and other things that you don't need. And the doctors will make a lot of money, and you'll lose a lot of money, and it could involve a lot of suffering. So doctors also. So those are just a few of the major tips. But again, all the world's a hustle. Not quite, but there's lots of good people out there. But you're gonna get hustled. But try to keep it to a minimum. Anyway, this is John D. Callahan. That's how to save money by not getting hustled.